Get ready to serve up some nostalgia, folks. Welcome to Legends of Tennis. Where are they now? The video that's bringing the past to the present in the most entertaining way possible. We're taking you on a journey through time, revisiting the players who made tennis what it is today. We're talking about the legends who made us jump out of our seats with excitement, who made us cheer at the top of our lungs, and who inspired us to pick up a racket and start swinging. But what are these icons up to now? We're about to find out. We'll be uncovering their hidden talents, their favorite hobbies, and even their guilty pleasures. And who knows, we might even get a surprise cameo from a few of them. So, whether you're a die-hard tennis fan or just looking for a dose of nostalgia, Legends of Tennis, Where Are They Now is the show you don't want to miss. Grab your snacks, sit back, and get ready for a roller coaster ride through tennis history. 1. Andre Agassi. Andre Agassi, a name that still sends shivers down the spine of tennis fans everywhere. He was more than just a superstar, he was a force to be reckoned with. With his electrifying on-court presence and his off-court romance with A-list celebrities, Agassi dominated both the game and the tabloids. And let's not forget his epic rivalry with Pete Sampras, a matchup that kept fans on the edge of their seats throughout the 90s. But what sets Agassi apart is his dedication to giving back. His humanitarian work with children has won him the hearts of fans all around the world. And after he retired from the game in 2006, Agassi continued his philanthropic efforts by collaborating with an investment fund to build over 80 charter schools across the US. But that's not all. Agassi's personal life has been just as fascinating. In 2001, he tied the knot with fellow tennis legend Steffi Graf, cementing their status as one of the most iconic couples in the history of the sport. From his incredible talent on the court to his inspiring work off it, Andre Agassi will always be remembered as a true legend of the game. 2. Jim Courier. When it comes to American tennis players, Jim Courier is a name that's hard to forget. He burst onto the scene in 1988, making his mark in a generation that was dominated by the rivalry between Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi. But Courier held his own, capturing the hearts of fans everywhere with his fiery red hair and determined play. He went on to win 4 Grand Slam singles championships, including 2 at the French Open and 2 at the Australian Open. But Courier's legacy doesn't end there. Since retiring from the game in 2000, he's become a prominent voice in the world of tennis broadcasting. From the Tennis Channel to NBC Sports, he has covered some of the biggest events in the sport. And as the primary commentator for the Australian Open on the host broadcast station since 2005, he's become a familiar face to fans around the world. So whether he's on the court or behind the mic, Jim Courier continues to captivate audience with his passion for tennis and his unmatched expertise. 3. Ivan Lendl. When it comes to the legends of tennis, few names evoke as much admiration and respect as Ivan Lendl. Throughout the 80s, he was a fixture on the big stage, facing off against some of the greatest players of all time. Whether he was battling Boris Becker on the lush grass of Wimbledon or taking on John McEnroe at the French Open, Lendl always brought his A game. He was known for his mental toughness, his solid strokes, and his trademark sawdust-filled pockets. But Lendl wasn't just a skilled player, he was also a master of the villain role. He could shut out a crowd and play his game with a calm demeanor that belied his fierce competitive spirit. And while he may have retired from tennis, Lendl has hardly slowed down. These days, he's a fantastic golfer and spends his time working with his daughters, helping them develop their games for the future. And with 3 of his 5 daughters focusing on tennis, it's clear that the Lendl legacy will continue for generations to come. 4. Monica Seles. Monica Seles, a name that still echoes in the tennis world. Her story is not just about her achievements and success on the court, but also about a tragedy that cut her career short. In 1993, she became a victim of a stabbing incident that shook the tennis world. It was a moment that changed everything for Monica. However, before that fateful day, she had already established herself as one of the greatest tennis players in the world. Winning 8 Grand Slams before the age of 20 was just the beginning of her reign. She dethroned the legendary Steffi Graf, who was at the top of her game during that era. But what could have been? What more could Monica have achieved if she wasn't stabbed? We can only imagine. After a 2-year hiatus, she came back to the game but couldn't find her previous form. Nevertheless, she still managed to play at the highest level until she retired in 2008. Today, Monica is an accomplished writer and an advocate for mental health awareness. Her legacy on the court will always be remembered, but it's her resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity that truly sets her apart. 5. Jennifer Capriati. Jennifer Capriati's story is one of highs and lows. As a teenager, she took the tennis world by storm, winning her first Grand Slam title at just 15 years old. But her success was not without its challenges, as she struggled with injuries and personal issues off the court. Despite these obstacles, Capriati continued to compete at the highest level, ultimately winning 3 Grand Slam titles and reaching the #1 ranking in 2001. But her post-tennis career has been tumultuous, with several high-profile legal issues. In 2013, Capriati was charged with battery and stalking, a stark contrast to her previous life as a top athlete. Since then, she has largely stayed out of the public eye, leaving fans to wonder what could have been for the once great champion. Despite her struggles, Capriati's impact on the sport of tennis will always be remembered, and her legacy as a true trailblazer for young female athletes will endure for generations to come. 6. Williams sisters. When it comes to the Williams sisters, it's hard to pick just one to talk about. Serena may be the one with the most Grand Slam titles, but Venus has certainly made her mark on the sport. With her tall stature and powerful serves, Venus has won 49 singles titles, 7 of which were Grand Slams. She also has 4 Olympic gold medals to her name. And let's not forget about her impressive net worth. At an estimated $95 million, she's certainly not hurting for cash. But Serena is no slouch either. She's one of the richest tennis players in the world, with a net worth of around $260 million. In addition to her Grand Slam victories, Serena has also launched her clothing line, S by Serena, which has been a huge success. And with 23 Grand Slam titles under her belt, she's right behind Margaret Court for the most ever. These sisters have made history on and off the court, and their legacy will undoubtedly live on for years to come. 7. Steffi Graf. The name Steffi Graf is synonymous with tennis greatness. She burst onto the scene at just 15 years old, winning the Olympic tennis demonstration tournament in 1984, and by 1987 she was ranked #1 in the world. But it was in 1988 that she achieved something truly historic, winning all 4 Grand Slam tournaments in addition to the Olympic gold medal, earning her the first ever Golden Slam. Despite facing tough competition from players like Gabriela Sabatini, Graf was unbeatable that year, going on a 35-match winning streak and cementing her place in tennis history. She retired in 1999, while still ranked #3 in the world, having dominated the sport for over a decade. Today, Graf lives in Las Vegas with her husband, fellow tennis legend Andre Agassi. Her legacy in the sport remains unparalleled, with her achievements continuing to inspire new generations of players. Steffi Graf will always be remembered as one of the greatest tennis players of all time. 8. Boris Becker. Boris Becker's tennis career started with a bang as he won Wimbledon at just 17 years old, becoming the youngest ever champion in the tournament's history. He continued to make waves in the sport, winning 6 major singles championships and an Olympic gold medal. However, fame and success came with a price, and his personal life soon spiraled out of control. Despite retiring from tennis in 1999, he remained active in the sport, coaching top players such as Novak Djokovic. But in 2017, Becker faced financial trouble and declared bankruptcy, leading to the sale of his beloved memorabilia. His troubles only escalated as he was sentenced to prison in 2022 on charges of concealing assets related to his bankruptcy. Despite the turmoil in his life, Becker's legacy as a tennis great remains undeniable. Despite the ups and downs, the legends of tennis continue to captivate fans around the world, both on and off the court. Whether they are coaching, writing books, or simply enjoying their well-deserved retirement, these players continue to inspire new generations of tennis fans and players. So, if you ever wonder what happened to your favorite tennis stars, just remember that they have left a lasting legacy in the world of tennis and beyond. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.